I'm now joined by Darren Till. He is the number 5 ranked middleweight in the world, taking on the number 1 ranked middleweight this weekend. It's on TSN in Canada. Robert Whittaker is your opponent. Tell me about what your thoughts are on Rob and what you think you do better than him.
I think I'm a better striker. I believe my striking and wrestling defence is the two best assets I've got, and I'm going to put them into play Saturday. He believes he's better than me everywhere. Obviously, he's meant to say that. That's what he should say. But overall, he was the champion for a reason because he gets things done. So I'm sure he's going to go in there Saturday and try to get things done. I've just got to stop him from getting things done. You know what I mean? I've got to get my own things done against him.
Now, you've got your weight cut ahead of you, but people don't torment you as much as normal because you're now at middleweight and everybody just expects you to make weight now. How much of a load off of it is it that you, A, don't have to answer questions about it anymore, and B, don't have to cut an extra 15 pounds?
Well, this is the first question about it, so congratulations to you. No, it's just a weight off the mind. It wasn't even about the questions in the end. It was about myself. I was waking up weeks out from fighting camp, and it was just everything was just about cutting weight. Nothing was about the fight anymore. It was just about cutting weight, how much weight to lose today, how much training should I do. And then fight week was the same. I couldn't relax because it was up, train, eat, train. And it was so draining on my body and on my mind. And since then, it's just become a big weight off. It's become like, a huge weight off my mind.
Do you feel like you were almost more focused on that than your actual opponent and who you actually had to face? That was the bigger fight?
In the end, yeah. For the last two fights, that's all it was about. It was just about making weight. It wasn't even about the fight no more. It was like, okay, I've made weight. Oh shit, I got to fight one of the best guys in the world now. It was madness.
Yeah, it's difficult to deal with. You went dark on social media for some time in the past, but it looks like you're all systems go again with Instagram and Twitter. Are you having more fun now, not having to endure a lot of, people were writing all kinds of wacky comments, I'm sure, and I'm sure they probably still are, but now you're having a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah, I do have fun. Sometimes I like to go dark. Sometimes, I think it's good for yourself to like have a break from, sometimes you find yourself on I've done this. I'm a criminal of this myself. You're on social media scrolling, and then you turn off and you can't focus on something, and you grab the phone like 5 minutes, and it's like, I just seen that. Why do I need to see it again? So a lot of the time I'll just switch I don't have much socials on my phone, but I'll switch them off, and I'll have a few weeks off. But then when I do come back on, I like to make a big bang and cause a little bit of a rift with some guys, and just keeping it fun and entertaining for everyone.
Now, the problem is you lost a friend. I mean, it was a friend that you were hoping to go to the spa with. You ended up having a spar with. It was Mike Perry, and now you and he are no longer friends because I guess you crossed the line in his mind.
When I say this from the heart, I'm truly gutted about my relationship with Mike Perry because we was good friends and we was DMing each other and it was fun, and then I don't know what happened. I must have crossed the line. He owes me money for the rent because I'm living in his head rent free, so he owes me some money. I wish him the best. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I guess he had a bit of a situation recently that didn't look like it was great, and hopefully he is able to get it together, whatever it is. I'm guessing you haven't reached out to him though about it because he probably has you blocked.
Yeah, of course, and I wouldn't anyway. It's none of my business what Mike Perry does outside the octagon. I'm just making the fights inside. I'm making the fights for the fans and making us both money. But whatever he does outside the octagon, listen, I do a lot of things outside the octagon. I've made a lot of mistakes, and it's not for me to comment on his personal life. I hope he's okay. I hope his girl's okay. I seen the video, but it's not for me to comment.
Now, another guy you chat with occasionally on social media, it's probably half fun and then half competitive, is Israel Adesanya. So he's going to be facing Paulo Costa. But if you win this fight this weekend, it only makes sense that it's you that's next. I think that's one of the more marketable fights you can make in the UFC right now is you versus Israel, should Israel beat Paulo, of course.
Best question I've heard all day, all week. Of course, you take the big risks, you get the big rewards. So I fought Gaslam. He was top 5, beat him. If I beat Rob Saturday, the only fight to make is me and Adesanya, and it's going to be one of the biggest fights ever in UFC history. So that's all there is to it. There's nothing else to talk about. There ain't no fighters behind me to look at. I'm only looking forward, and I'm taking these big risks for big rewards. Good man for saying that. Good question.
Well, I mean, the other part about it is right now you can't fight in front of crowds, but New Zealand is basically COVID-free at this point in time. By the
Yeah.
time you and Israel could fight, you could be fighting in a stadium in New Zealand because there won't be, the virus looks like in that part of the world to have been essentially cleared up.
Of course, yeah. New Zealand, or I think my favourite would be, obviously I've spoken about Anfield, but maybe wouldn't happen. So I think my defence would have to be at Anfield, but I think Vegas would be the fight to make me and Adesanya. It just makes so much sense and so big of a fight. But yeah, New Zealand, I seen that they was it was like 99% COVID free. So yeah, that's the stadium, that's the fight to make there. So yeah.
What's the capacity at Anfield?
55 seats. It would be 75,000.
So it's safe to say that if you're the champion and you fight there, or you're fighting for a championship, that will be the loudest stadium in the history of the UFC, like the loudest crowd in the history of the UFC. Because I heard it when you were at the arena in Liverpool, and I imagine a stadium that would be even more amplified.
No, it would be. You speak out loud and it will become a reality. And if you work hard enough, it will become a reality. So, I say it every day to myself that one day it will happen. And it doesn't matter who against. Obviously, preferably Adesanya would be the guy to fight against in Anfield. But it would just be such a historic, phenomenal moment that no matter what I said this when I fought at the Echo Arena in my hometown, but fighting in Anfield would be huge. I don't think you can get any bigger. I don't think I could get any bigger. And I've fought everywhere, MSG, all these places, but Anfield would be, wow.
I'm not the type of person that goes back and watches a lot of fights over again. I know the result already, and I do get to pick things out of it, of course. But watching you walk out in Liverpool, to me, still gives me goosebumps when I watch it. Do you ever go back and just watch that? Just watch the walkout when you went to face Stephen Thompson?
A few times, yeah. A few times. People send me the link on YouTube, and sometimes I don't believe it's actually me walking out because of how phenomenal the moment is. It's just like truly, I try to relive it myself, relive that moment, but it's quite hard because it was just such a moment. Unbelievable when I watch it back.
Now, I've spoken to a lot of people when they fight in their home city. They say that it's no different than fighting anywhere else. You don't focus on it. You're just walking out, and you're kind of in autopilot. But for you, were you able to take a step back when that moment was happening? I saw you looking around and really soak that all in.
That's a lie. They're telling themselves that to take the pressure off. That's a lie. Every fighter will tell you that, and it's a lie. They tell themselves that to take the pressure off. When you're fighting in your home city and your hometown, there's an added extra pressure, and it's good but tough at the same time because there's so much pressure on you. Or every single one of your family and friends have gone to see it, and how many people are watching. So at the same time, it's unbelievable and phenomenal. But at the same time, it's so much pressure and so much. You got a lot of nerves. I can tell you that from experience.
And you had that experience, you had MSG, and now, finally, you're going to have an empty arena this time. What do you think of that experience, and how are you able to kind of channel some of your earlier fights where you probably fought in front of less people, smaller crowd? And do you think that will help you for this fight, or do you think that it's better for you to have some crowd to feed off of?
I honestly don't know. I truly don't know how I'm going to react or feel. This has never happened before. I've never done this, so. As I said, I'm just living I'm living in the now, living in the moment, and just trying to take each day. And then Saturday will be fight day, and we'll see how. I think it's just going to be a little bit different because you're going to hear the shots a lot more, and you're going to feel, you're going to hear shins cracking. It's going to be weird.
One thing you won't hear is crazy cars zipping by like we are right now. But Darren, thank you for this. I appreciate it, and best of luck against Rob this weekend.
Thank you. See you later.